Oklahoma.
It's even Oklahoma City. Like, would you say, like, hey, honey, you know what we're going to do? No, what? Are we going to the movies? Are we going out to eat now that they've lowered restrictions? No. We're going to go see Donald Trump. Bring your MAGA hat. And we're all going to yell and hoot and holler in the same room as many people. We're going to sign a waiver that says if we get coronavirus, we won't be suing anybody. And there's just a lot of factors to deter you away. Tony, how many times have you put on a show and it's a no-cover show, nothing like that? You already been paid a flat fee from the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And you want people to come by, and maybe 10 or 15 people show up.
Yeah.
And it's no cover, right?
Yeah.
And there's plenty of parking. And then how many times have you put on a $15 cover,
yeah.
right? No parking, middle of nowhere, and 85 people show up. And you're like, what? Why?
And
Why?
they all carpool together.
Why do you love the inconveniences? You're like, well, we had some trouble finding it, and we had some trouble parking, but we're here. Like,
dude, I did a show in Wilkes-Barre where the comedians all had to carpool because there was no parking in the place, and we all had to park across the street and down the road, across the street and down the road in a supermarket.
Supermarket parking lot.
It was a supermarket parking lot. Remember that?
Yes.
That was freaking horrible.
That sounds like Barton Irby's, I think.
I don't remember the name of the place, but it wasn't Barton Irby's. It was something else. I think it was over in Luzerne, actually.
Okay, so if it was Luzerne, you're looking at the dance studio down there on Main Street. Either that or the Main Bean. Those are like
it's this real shitty bar.
Oh, shitty bar? Then you're at any bar in Luzerne. There's like.
Anyways, yeah,
like
we had to park down the street. We all had to combine into one car. It was funny. Like, it was real funny.
Or Hops and Barley, or then there's that one bar with the creepy upstairs where it looks like ghosts are going to greet you. Creepy upstairs. What's that?
That sounds like the place. Nobody wanted to go upstairs.
I think so.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, they had some awesome news come out this week as far as movie releases, and they're
all delayed again, huh?
Well, not necessarily delayed, but they had the Kingsman trailer come out this week.
Okay.
And speaking of train wrecks, that freaking movie, right? I don't know why they're still continuing to put out a Kingsman movie when the story is just beat up. And I think I didn't think that they learned their lesson from the last movie, because the last movie didn't do well at all. I don't think, Spark, right?
But the Golden Circle did okay.
It did okay, but not like their first movie.
Not like the first one, though, no.
So every movie that they continuously do in the series here has lost money pretty significantly, I would say.
Well, they only did 2 movies so far, so it's not.
I thought they did 3.
This is the third one coming out.
So this will be the third. Okay. I swear there was 3. There was 3 movies out, but
this is going to be the third.
Oh my god! They need to stop. They need to stop. Like it's a good premise for a movie, but the trailer looks like butt for me.
Would they like piece it together like very quickly enough to say like, all right, it's official, it's out there, whatever, you know?
I posted it on the Facebook site if you wanted to check it out. But I mean, come up with your own theory on what the whole story is about. It kind of goes back into
the beginning,
a pre-story, the beginning of the Kingsman, and I mean, it looks all right. Not something that I'd be interested or actually pay to see.
Isn't that kind of like James Bond meets a kids film?
Well, it's not really a kids film, though.
Yeah, but yes.
Like a PG-13, like an 18 to 25 demographic. They're hoping
James
for
Bond meets Spy Kids.
They're getting 16 to 20.
Yeah, I want to see as James Bond meets Spy Kids meets the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay, that's a perfect description right there. Extra point.
It's a perfect way to put it because they do like all this extraordinary stuff, and you think they all have superpowers, but they're just normal people with like cool tech and cool objects.
They got the gadgets and all that stuff going on. Which gadgets in a movie are always fun whenever they get into a little bit of detail about them. You actually get to see them used and all that nice stuff. But whenever now, is this like the third movie they're dealing with?
Third.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're running on empty. First one you want to see something like that because it's new. Second one you're like, all right. Third one I doubt there's any interest.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at with it. I don't think it's a movie that you would pay money to see. If you're streaming it on a Fire Stick or something, I would say,
Yeah, Netflix.
Not that I would say to do anything illegally. BitTorrent or whatever.
Yeah, Netflix has that Cobra Kai coming out.
They do.
From YouTube. I loved that show when it first came out.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The third season finally, or
they're doing the third season now.
It's the third and final season. I think they're actually bringing all of the streaming content over to Netflix, so you could watch the first two seasons as well.
Huh.
And I think Netflix officially has bought it out to finish the third season there, which is cool, man. Because I've heard some really good things about it. I haven't watched it myself.
watch it.
Is it good? Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, no, it is very good. It's a very good movie, well done. Where it almost makes you think of if you could pick any other movie from the '80s that you could probably turn into a TV show nowadays with original casting. Any thoughts? You have a guilty pleasure movie where you're like, you know what, they could probably stretch that out into a TV series.
Okay. I'll have to give it a try. I've been not necessarily watching, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually just came out. This is the third week now, I think, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back into their final season.
It's been more than that. It was on for a little while, and then they took it off because of everything going on, and they brought it back again. It's been so you got to be so it's confusing.
Yeah, I'm kind of up to date, but I'm done with that too. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. have finally crossed a threshold of just lameness. And not to say that it wasn't a good premise for a show. It was a great show in the very beginning. They jumped the shark in the middle. Now they're just stuck on time travel and LMDs. And LMD is just a life decoy. Life model decoy.
Robot.
It is
like a scroll sort of thing? Is that the one?
Robots. Like
robots.
Yeah. But they're life model decoys. Like they look like real people.
Yeah. That's a lazy writing technique right there.
And that's what it is. Like, I've seen a lot of lazy writing.
So they wanted to introduce them.
But I mean, it's used in the comic books. I totally understand why it would be used in comic books because they normally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books go out there to the point where they literally have to explore every avenue possible.
That's true.
And for any...
I'll let you in on a big secret, though. It's a good way to bring Tony Stark back, though.
You see?
Yeah. It is. If they see in the rumors, I hate the rumor mill because the rumor mills have come out saying that they're going to go with a different direction as far as Iron Man's concerned with Ironheart and the female version of Iron Man. And then they were talking about, because they're bringing out the female version of Thor.
Wouldn't the female version of Iron Man be Iron Maiden?
No, it's Ironheart. Well, thank you, though.
You're welcome. Run for the hills. It's also a band. Good song.
That's one of the last in one movie. If they're going to do what they did in this Love and Thunder movie, like they did in the comic book, Thor's in for another big loss in his life.
Yeah. That's only if they're actually true to the comics and not necessarily make their own path, which they usually do. They do something of their own to actually bring it down. But speaking of going down paths, there's officially been movie reshoots during the pandemic. And the two of them that really stuck out for me was Ghostbusters is going into reshoots and readjusting the script, actually, to make some better dialogue, I guess, for the characters, and doing reshoots for that particular movie.
Good. At least they are putting enough care and concern into the idea, because I'm sure they pissed off a lot of fans with the Ghostbusters 3 idea, where they were just like,
that was even 3. That was even 3. That was their own separate universe.
Yeah, with the female Ghostbusters. And they've officially come out from the Eternals, and Salma Hayek actually came out with some sort of and she said that they were doing reshoots for the Eternals as well. Now, if I don't know, I know you're shaking your head, Kevin. You may not know who the Eternals are.
I have no idea.
But the Eternals in the Marvel world were the creators of life, pretty much. Like they offered a bunch of different stuff relating to like the very beginning of the Marvel universe as a whole.
So like the Greek gods of the whole idea.
Kind of, sort of, yeah, kind of, sort of like the Greek gods of the universe. And it comes into, and it shows you these eternal people who are, omniscient gods who kind of live as people. They just live as men and women in normal lives, and they show how they formed different things. But I mean, it's going to be a crazy movie. They're doing reshoots. They're doing more screen tests and rewrites for those particular 2 movies. And I thought that they kind of stood out for me a little bit. Are you guys excited? Not excited? Whatever.
Not excited about the idea. Yeah. It's almost like Marvel found another cheat code where they're like, and what are these guys' weaknesses? Oh, they don't have any. Okay. Yeah. Any redeeming qualities in any of these characters? Probably not. Probably none. Like, so what's the storyline? Anything we want it to be. Yeah. There are no consequences. No one's going to die. If they are, they're going to bring them back. And it's it just feels like another cheat code. Doesn't it feel like another cheat code?
It is a cheat code. Yeah, I agree with that.
It just gives that feel like whenever you watch an old movie and you know what the ending is, but then you kind of catch on where you're like, I have a feeling for some odd reason the second fight Rocky's going to beat Mr. T.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Like, it's we're going to cut into a different subject here.
Ghostbusters, I'm excited about, though.
I'm excited for Ghostbusters. I'm hoping that they can get all of the original characters, not necessarily all the original characters, but that they can find a place suitable for the original characters to actually fit in the movie. And not just like, they're like, oh, well, here's Peter Venkman. Oh, here's, here's Stance. I want them to fit in there like they were actually there from the very beginning, and it was like, shit, now we got to call them up, and
if you're gonna
slide them in.
If you're gonna do a cameo or reintroduce a character, it should be done right. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, they just can't be thrown in all freaking willy nilly.
Yeah, just like kind of Peter Venkman's working at a gas station, and you're like, oh. That's Bill Murray there. Like,
yeah, or all of a sudden the kids are in Ecto 1 and they're driving down the thing and he's hanging out the door and there's Bill Murray at the gas station pumping gas. He's like, oh man, that was Slimer going down the road. No. Like, no. I'm done. No.
Yo, then watch them try to CGI Bill Murray's face so that way he looks like he did back in the day.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be great.
Or Bill Murray doesn't want to do it, so they just take deep cuts from him from the first Ghostbusters and put him